much bigger than just one account, and it's going to go on for much longer than just this day, this week, the next few weeks. It's going to go on beyond the inauguration. We have to expect that. We have to be ready for that. So the focus is certainly on this account and how it ties to real world violence, but also we need to think much longer term around how these dynamics play out over time. I don't believe this is going away anytime soon.
Tonight,
And it's gone. And I really understand the reason they censored Donald Trump, although he's the president of the United States, so it was a pretty important precedent. And to be honest, I understand the sense of censoring, active violence that is being motivated from a Twitter account. But as Kyle Kulinski said, censorship is a slippery slope, and it has been affecting everybody. Let me see if I can. Okay, there we go. So this is my Twitter account here. Trying to get the color right. There we go. It's a little better. Not very. Oh my gosh, my camera sucks. And as you can see, the shadow banning is a real problem. Anything that isn't visible, and they've been doing this now since Donald Trump was censored, almost every video that is at all, I can't define how they're shadow banning, but I can show you just simply looking here. You can see that they at least let the basic title and YouTube link in there. And then, of course, when it comes to mainstream, they let some videos through.
We must reject the culture in which facts themselves are manipulated.
And then they go on to censor everything else. As you can see, it's shadow banned. There's a difference between censorship and shadow ban, but shadow banning falls within the category of censorship. Outright censorship I couldn't show you because it wouldn't be seen. Some things do get through.
Hello and welcome to a rather unexpected episode of Virtual Legality. I'm your host, Richard Hogue, managing member of the Hogue Law business law firm of Northville, Michigan, and I pledge in this video to neither harass nor cyberbully you.
And the point is, it's across multiple platforms: YouTube, Google, Facebook, Twitter, and it is definitely not just censorship of right-wing politicians or right-wing media. It's not just, and it never has been just censorship of right-wing media. It's been across the board since definitely started before 2016. And I've been monitoring it on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter for all these years. So as you can see, even music, this is a song. Compassion is a vibration, completely shadow banned.
Back at 7:40, 10 years ago this month, history was made when Jack Dorsey sent the very first tweet ever. In the decade that's followed, Twitter has become the place for the world to share breaking news, historic moments, and yes, selfies, all in 140 characters or less. We're happy to have Jack Dorsey, Twitter's co-founder and now CEO, here as he celebrates a milestone. Jack, good morning. Congratulations.
Thanks for having me.
March 2006, you sent the first tweet ever. Now there's something like 320 million active users on Twitter. I think you have 3.4 million followers personally. Other than sheer numbers, what's the biggest change from then to now on Twitter?
I think just how people use the service. It is the easiest way to see what's happening in the world right now, live. And it breaks news.
Except for the
so many people.
censorship.
A lot of people just use it to see
Massive
what's
censorship.
breaking and what's new in the world.
It's grown up. Has it grown up to be a great kid, or at times can it be a bratty kid?
It's grown up to be a great kid, but it really reflects what's happening right now and what people want to talk about with it.
I should mention,
Except for
you're not
what's
only the
censored.
CEO of Twitter, you're also the CEO of a company called Square that helps me use my credit card on mobile devices
Absolutely.
everywhere.
Small businesses.
Yeah, how do you manage both of these big tech CEO jobs, which I understand can lead up to a 15 or 18-hour day?
We have great teams in both companies, and I do what I'm good at, which is making sure that we're building the right product that serves people in the right way.
You have been compared to Steve Jobs. You just shake your head. Do you like the comparison?
He was a true original. I'm a student of his work, a lifelong student. There's no comparison.
You know, we look at the anniversary of Twitter and we say congratulations on that, but it has not come without difficulty. The company went public back in 2013. The stock has had a real difficult time. You've lost some key employees. It's hard to attract new people to the platform. You've seen the headlines, Jack, that say the end of Twitter is near. How true is it? On the 15th anniversary, will you be here talking about Twitter?
Absolutely. We'll be here on the 20th. We'll be here
I
on the
hope
30th.
nobody censors Twitter.
It's a fundamental service, and we have a lot of heart in the company. We have a lot of purpose. We understand what we are and what we stand for, and we just see this amazing usage globally.
I asked you, has it become at times a bratty kid? There are a certain percentage of people.
This guy wants to censor
Who
Twitter.
seem to me to use the platform simply
That's my
to
opinion.
express anger and to hurt people and insult people. Does it disappoint you?
It's disappointing, but I mean, it's reflective of the world. We see as much optimism and positivity as we see negativity, and the most important thing is that we're empowering dialogue. We're empowering
Exactly.
conversations where people can work out the issues.
Except for the censorship and the shadow banning.
Yesterday, telling my followers, my measly number of followers, that you were going to be on and asking what questions they would like you asked. There was an enormous outpouring of questions about censorship. So let me ask you point blank: does Twitter censor the content of its users? Does it hide what it would consider inflammatory comments, whether they be social or political?
Absolutely not. Twitter's always been about controls. People can follow whoever they want.
Of questions about censorship. So let me ask you point blank: does Twitter censor the content of its users? Does it hide what it would consider inflammatory comments, whether they be social or political?
Absolutely not. Twitter's always been about controls. People can follow whoever.
One more time.
Does Twitter censor the content of its users? Does it hide what it would consider inflammatory comments, whether they be social or political?
Absolutely not. Twitter's always been about controls.
And let's show you why and how why and not why. I'm sorry. It's difficult to speak when I've got so much to say about such an obvious and blatant lie. So let me show you the evidence that Twitter is still censoring. Shadow banning. This is shadow banned. That one got through. This is shadow banned. That one got through. This is shadow banned. That one got through. This is shadow banned. It's a song. That post got through. It doesn't seem as if they're really censoring posts. I haven't noticed news articles getting censored yet. I have specifically noticed YouTube videos getting censored. And this one obviously got through. But Geoengineering Watch did not. with Dane Wigington censored. And I used to go to each video that Twitter censored and YouTube censored, and I would type in underneath it, Twitter is censoring this video. But it got so overwhelming with the amount of censorship regularly for a page like Dane Wigington Geoengineering Watch. It gets to me. I'd like to help police and tag each of these videos saying Twitter has censored Dane Wigington's Geoengineering Watch. But it's so overwhelmingly all the time that it's kind of hard to keep up the good fight, and I'm trying my best. And I do appreciate Dane Wigington a lot. Please check out Geoengineering Watch on YouTube or wherever you can. My friend here has a new video out with music censored. There's no lyrics in it. I'll show it to you real quick. It's just a good song. No lyrics, just music, nothing polarized, interesting art. Maybe not your favorite music, but it doesn't matter. It's censored. It's shadow banned, and it shouldn't be. Even the images that I post, I understand that there's limits of things, but that's the real image, and that's the image you get to see. That's the real image that I created. And they truncate it when you try to look at, well, fortunately it's highlighted here. So just trying to give a clear analysis from my evidence on my Twitter page, what is shadow banned and what gets through. What is shadow banned and what gets partially through. Now, typically, David Pakman videos are censored on Twitter. Like I said, a lot of these little news articles and photos do get through. It's generally the videos that don't get through. Another song, another music video that didn't get through, that is shadow banned. Here we go again. It's typically the videos. And this happened after Trump was censored. It used to be that most, not all, but most of the YouTube videos did get through and were not censored. But after Trump was censored, they really started clamping down on my Twitter page. Shadow banned, that's a song. Shadow banned, that's a video. Shadow banned, that's a video. At least you can read the title and the link, you know? It could be worse. They could delete the whole thing and you can't see any of this. So I do appreciate what does get through, but I need to comment on it. And I felt like I needed to make a video on what doesn't get through. And there's really more than I could ever cover in this one video, but I'm going to try to give a few more minutes here to show you the videos that were shadow banned, the posts that were shadow banned. Actually, this was shadow banned. This was a petition that I signed today, and the petition didn't get through. So here's something else. This is the first time I've seen this type of shadow banning. This was specifically a petition that I signed, and as you can see, there's no petition. There's only the sort of headline. So that's something new. Oh, here too. I guess that may be a petition. I signed a petition here. So 2 of the petitions. This one got through because it's on party lines. This one didn't get through. Stopping the pipeline. It kind of got through. I guess there's maybe the link to the petition. Let me see if it goes to the petition. Okay, yeah. So there's the link to that petition. At least that got through. But typically there would be a picture. As you can see here, there's a picture. Here there's no picture, but at least there's a link. Here there's no link even. The link didn't even get through. I guess Twitter wants kids to smoke more flavored nicotine products. And direct violence by cops, of course, gets through. That's what's so crazy is the things that do get through and the things that don't get through. The things that do get through, violence and so much other stuff, that's a cop running over protesters. And that was not censored, which is good because it's important to a certain extent that it's public knowledge, but it's definitely violent. Brazilian President Bolsonaro sued for crimes against humanity. That's extremely violent too. And important news, yet the YouTube video was shadow banned. Old videos tend to get through unless they're already on that algorithmic list of what should and shouldn't be censored. Now, the music in the background for YouTube's information is a friend of mine's music. I don't officially have his permission to share it. So hopefully this video won't get shadow banned or censored by YouTube, but I definitely don't have any disrespect for Touch Samadhi or Cry. And if YouTube has a problem with this video, I'm sure I can get permission to use this music. I'm also using it in fair use. The music is censored, so this is a part of explaining that Touch Samadhi, their music has been shadow banned specifically on Twitter. And hopefully YouTube will respect the fair use. I don't know quite how to go about dealing with it if they don't, other than simply calling Chris and saying, hey, is it okay that I use your song showing exactly what it is, the new release? Please check it out, it's a good song. And promote his page. And I would imagine he would give me permission. But this is where it gets just kind of ridiculous. I'm not profiting off of this video. It's totally non-profit. It's fair use, in my opinion. It's talking about the topic of shadow banning and censorship. This video was shadow banned on Twitter. And let's see if I can find the page I was just on. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I can find the page I was... There it is. So here's more. And these are important information and videos that were censored and shadow banned. I'm sorry, censorship is the broader term. Shadow ban is what's exactly happening here, because they are still accessible quite often. Not the petition. The petition's missing that I showed you earlier, but the YouTube videos, at least there's a link, okay? So to be fair, but it's still being shadow banned. Videos on 9/11 still being shadow banned. Videos on COVID-19 still being shadow banned. Videos on people speaking out on the fact that COVID-19 was a bioweapon engineered, and don't take, God, I'll probably be shadow banned for saying that. Look, I'm just doing commentary. I'm not saying it's a, I'm sorry I said it was a fact, okay? The fact is that there's videos that prove it's a fact. Now, if you want to debate the fact, that's fine. But the bottom line, to edit my words in real time, is it's a data point. It's, according to these videos, evidence at least, and according to these videos that are shadow banned, facts. So I'm not really picking a side. I'm just trying to show the videos, and they're shadow banned. Hopefully, my best effort at right speech will get through the veil of secrecy that is shadow banning and censorship. If not, well, I'm doing my best. Right speech is a joke when one word in English is interpreted slightly differently by two people speaking that same one word in English. And how many people and how many languages? So yeah, it's good to try one's best to speak rightly, but it's definitely laughable to actually consider how hard it is to actually say exactly what is perfect and acknowledged as good and true to everybody else's interpretation. And that's why people do deserve a voice, so they can do their best and practice communicating. When you put walls and social distancing and censorship and shadow banning between people's right to speak, it's just overwhelming. Now, fortunately, some of this stuff gets through. Some of these videos get through. Realistically, they're missing the piece of Trump's involvement and toting the narrative that it's all China's fault. I've been researching this since the beginning. It's not all China's fault. All right, that's the end of the video. Hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe. End censorship, please.